My name is Patrick Moore, and I am an AFA teaching artist. Thank you so much for watching this video today. I hope you learned something about tuning, which is what we're going to talk about today is playing in tune. Now, this is a more complicated subject than you think it possibly could be. I will start off with the simple answer and then finish with the simple answer, which is listen and be flexible. So I want to pose a question to you all, which is, as a string player or a wind player, have you ever played with a pianist or another instrumentalist whose pitch really can't move, it's inflexible, and then realize that even though you're playing the note perfectly in tune, all of a sudden you play with another instrumentalist and it doesn't sound so in tune, and you use the tuner and you get everything super pure in tune with what the tuner tells you to do, but it still doesn't sound very good. So let's see what happens when we do this. So I'm going to play an open G, which is thankfully still in tune, and I'm going to play a third finger B over here on the D string. Now those are in tune. We've got smiley faces. Thank you, Tonal Energy. Best app for metronome you could possibly buy. They're not paying me. I just really like it. So here's that B, and let's play the open G. That's what it sounds like when I play those together. Now let's do another experiment where I go up the harmonic series of the cello. It's sometimes called the overtone series. Now let's look at that B harmonic on the harmonic series. It's wavering around -10 to -12 cents flat. So this harmonic, which we're traditionally told as string players are always in tune, when you get super high on the instrument, you go up the harmonic series, the pitch actually gets a little bit lower. And that's just where that B natural happens to fall within the harmonic series. Let's try another experiment. Let's go ahead and put that same, let's start with in tune. So in tune B. Let's hear those together. Okay, now we're going to find a -10 B. Let's try that with the open G again. Now in my ears, that sounds more in tune. And this is a really huge problem for tuning systems. And though we think of equal temperament on a piano as being perfectly in tune and what we're trained to have is a perfect pitch, as it turns out, it's not so perfect. And as musicians, we have thought about this problem, I'm not exaggerating, for thousands of years. And there are a bunch of tuning systems that lots of different groups use, and you go to performance practice groups and they use mean tone, and the list goes on and on about different tuning systems. And you may even be asking the question, well, why is that B natural more in tune if it's a little bit low? And you're going to have to wait until your junior and senior level physics courses to go through sound of physics to get through that. And I don't have the 3 hours to explain it in this video, but it is actually really neat and it's a very interesting subject. But for practical stuff, for you as musicians learning how to be more in tune, you need to realize that given whatever context that you're in, be it you're playing with a pianist or if you're playing by yourself or if you're playing in a string quartet, the pitch, which should be perfectly in tune with equal temperament, sometimes sounds better if you're not in tune with equal temperament, if you're out of tune so that it sounds more in tune, which is something that a lot of people really struggle with. And I've been in so many rehearsals where we're tuning that B natural, and I look at the player and I say, move your finger lower. And I'm not exaggerating, this is their face. They make this face. When it's like, oh, it's out of tune. And they make that kind of frowny face, but then the chord sounds gloriously in tune because they're playing out of tune. And it's something you have to learn how to develop, is to listen very carefully and be flexible enough so that if you are the third or the seventh or playing with another instrumentalist, that if you can move your pitch so that it sounds more in tune, you do. In a string quartet, it's very general, but the first violin and the cellist are usually perfectly in tune and are roughly in tune with equal temperament. the second violinist is usually playing the fifth, but then the violist is always the one playing the third for various reasons. And they're usually the ones that have to realize, like, we got to move this so it sounds a little bit better. So I started off this talk today with my simple solution for intonation, which is listen and be flexible. And that's where I'm going to finish the talk, that even though intonation gets very complicated, if you listen and you're flexible, I think you'll find that your intonation will be much better. Thanks for watching.